In tonight's headlines, a new conservation post is opened in the Chiquibul Forest Reserve. The strengthening of Belize's citizen security policy is discussed at workshop in Placencia, and the National Agriculture and Trade Showgrounds becomes home to a new weekend market. These stories and more on this week's edition of Belize Now. Thanks for joining us on this Friday, August 4th, 2017. I'm Charlie Hutchinson. The government of Belize and its partners continue to make major efforts to deter the illegal activities occurring in the Chiquibul Forest Reserve, and on Monday, July 31st, our Belize Now team joined the Protected Areas Conservation Trust, PACT, and other stakeholders to celebrate the opening of the newest conservation post in the area. Janelle Mencias tells us more.
After a 2-hour drive over the rugged terrain of the Chiquibul Forest Reserve to Tapir Camp, and another hour of driving over a bumpy and mucky path to our destination, we finally made it to the new Caballo Conservation Post. The journey from Tapir Camp to Caballo, we are told, usually takes the soldiers of the Belize Defense Force, BDF, almost 4 hours on foot. There, we joined the Minister of State with responsibility for fisheries, forestry, the environment, and sustainable development, Honorable Omar Figueroa, his CEO and chairman of the PAC board, Dr. Percival Cho, CEO for Defense, Felix Enriquez, Executive Director of Friends for Conservation and Development, FCD, Rafael Manzanero, and other key stakeholders for the inauguration of the new post. Under the singing of cicadas, both Minister Figueroa and CEOs highlighted the significance of the occasion.
Today, we accomplished another major milestone in the historic Chiquibul Forest Investment Initiative. The extremely important but very challenging task of protecting the ecological and territorial integrity of this immense landscape is today made a little bit easier with the inauguration of this strategic conservation post.
By adding to the ranger force and through the creation of an additional conservation post, we are intent to continue to move in a direction that allows us to reduce the illegal gold mining, logging, poaching, and farming that currently affects the Chiquibul, Columbia, and Vaca and Bladen areas.
This is a Belize effort. This is not a BDF effort. This is not a Ministry of Defense effort. And so today should be an exemplary day for other agencies out there who want to join in this effort.
The construction of the conservation post is just one of several projects under the larger Chiquibul Forest Investment Initiative, which was launched in August 2016. The post was constructed at an estimated $115,000 Belize dollars of the approximately $2.5 million Belize dollars provided by PACT and the Environmental Management Fund, EMF. Minister Figueroa reiterated the government's commitment to the protection of this vast landscape.
Well, the Chiquibul Forest Investment Initiative is really a government, for the most part, it is a government investment initiative. It is the largest single investment by any government, PUP or UDP, in the protection of our natural resources. So it is the government that's behind this, and of course we asked our partners to put in co-funding, co-financing to make sure that we stretch our dollars a little bit more. But the government and in fact the ministry, we remain committed to ensuring the territorial, ecological integrity of this landscape. The Chiquibul landscape is in my opinion, one of the crown jewels of our network of protected areas. This place has such a tremendous wealth of biodiversity, of cultural resources, that we really need to ensure that we do a good job of protecting this for future generations. So the government and the ministry remains committed to ensure that we develop long-term protection plans for this area.
One of the organizations benefiting under the initiative is FCD, which has been a key partner in the fight against illegal activities in the protected area. FCD's executive director, Rafael Manzanero, told us why this particular area was selected to house the conservation post.
Well, this area was identified because it is a hotspot, which basically means that there has been activities documented. And just across from here, as we look into the western flank of the park, you will find, behind some of the mountains, you will find one or two small settlements of Guatemalans. So we already know that these are areas that practically would have a mobilization of people from time to time. In fact, here where we are, it has already been used before. So what you can see is basically more a secondary forest that had been used over the years. It is being reclaimed now, but that does not really mean that other areas are not being cleared, north and south of this zone. So technically this is really a hot spot, and the idea, the key objective of DCP then is really to be able to deter and be able to prevent any further destruction of the forest in the Chiquibul National Park.
While not an issue in the Caballo area, gold panning still remains a major issue to the Ceibo Chico region. In fact, as recent as over the weekend, 2 gold panners were apprehended by security forces. Manzanera spoke on the issue.
The gold panning continues to occur. Guatemalans have changed now their activities from daylight to nighttime, and so it makes it even much more difficult to be able to contain the issue. So what are we doing in the zone? We are also changing now the strategies as best as possible to try to operate also at night and be able to go in, first to monitor and then be able to put in an operation in place. Of course, this is also being planned along with the Belize Defense Force and the police.
The facility can accommodate up to 14 persons, which will include members of the BDF, FCD, Forest Department, and police. The building, which is overlooked by a watchtower, also includes a kitchenette area, outdoor bathroom facilities, and female quarters.
We have a room specially made and available for a female officer. That's part of our new initiative of women in the security forces. So our women, our officers will be able to participate in our patrolling and have an impact on the operational side of things.
In May, along with FCD, the Yaksha Conservation Trust, and the Forest Department, the BDF were beneficiaries of 3 of 6 new vehicles gifted under the Chiquibul Forest Investment Initiative. During our trip, we saw just how helpful these trucks were in the BDF's work.
When we left from Tapir Camp, we were able to drive here. It took us approximately 45 minutes to an hour. As you have seen, it's been very difficult and arduous terrain. Our soldiers, they normally walk in here, and it takes them about 4 hours, okay, with their full kit and everything else. The Forestry Department, FCD, and all the partners are improving the road, so we'll be able to access this area driving in at all times. Otherwise than that, we have our Belize Defense Force helicopters that can reach in and evacuate any casualty or any other issue that we can deal with.
With the adjacency zone only 1.4 kilometers from the Caballo CP, a quick flyover would reveal nearby secondary forests in areas that have been illegally harvested, as well as illegal farming, a growing issue for this forest reserve. And while the government of Belize and its partners continue to bolster efforts to deter such activities, with only a glimpse of the 285,000 acres that are the Chiquibul Forest Reserve, we are reminded of the immense value of this vast landscape.
It is a region that contains majestic sites such as the Natural Arch. It contains the highest point. It contains the most important watershed and the largest cave system in Central America. This is also an area where macaws, the mountain cows, tapirs, the crocodiles, and the white lips, peccaries, and many other exuberant species, still make it their home. This is an area to admire and which provides multiple goods and services to Belizeans, primarily through water resources and local pride. In the end, the true achievement of this Caballo Conservation Post will be in the forested area that will be recovered as Belizean territory and the security given to the species to survive and live wild and free in this country of ours.
For Belize Now, I am Janelle Mencias.
The National Security Secretariat, in partnership with the InfoSegura project, hosted a 2-day workshop on July 31st and August 1st to strengthen citizen security in Belize. Our Belize Now team was in Placencia for day 1 of the workshop. Janelle Rodriguez tells us more.
The annual statistics on crime in Belize shows that there has been a reduction in criminal activity, and the efforts to strengthen citizen security in the country continue to increase. To ensure this, the National Security Secretariat hosted a workshop aimed at strengthening citizen security policy. How will this workshop achieve such an objective? Infosegura Project Liaison Officer Kufa Ramirez Aranda told us more.
So the idea is to produce the best possible citizen security data, because from better data we can develop better policies and comprehensive strategies geared towards the prevention of crime, basically. So citizen security is multifaceted, and crime is only one of the many factors that we have to combat, but it does affect the country of Belize and the region. So the idea is to validate the data that we have, and not only validate the data, but look at what mechanism we want to use and what we're going to do with that data once we have assured that it is the best quality data that we can produce.
As the process of analyzing citizen security data is constantly being refined and redefined, Aranda also told us how the workshop will result in improved data quality at both the organizational and public sector level.
One of the things we're going to do is look at the results coming out of the workshop. One of the last activities we have on the agenda is drafting a roadmap. And with that roadmap, we're supposed to be able to see immediately where we plan to go. And that is the roadmap we're going to use to continue to contact the stakeholders involved in terms of what mechanism they will decide upon. So that will be our the continuum. The idea that we will use that draft roadmap, try to refine it, send it to the different ministries, probably present it to the CEO caucus, because everything has to be validated from the top. So I think the roadmap will be our mechanism that we will use to follow up.
The workshop brought together key technical actors from within the realm of citizen security in Belize. One such actor was Carlos Paul, senior trade economist at the Ministry of Economic Development. He shared with us how he felt about the effort to strengthen citizen security.
I am glad that I saw most of the participants for that specific group, which is citizen security. That shows the commitment from these entities that they are willing to work, and they are willing to continue to move this topic further.
Paul also told us how his ministry will contribute to the citizen security goals.
My Ministry of Economic Development is the coordinating entity. We are making sure that all ministries or all statutory come together and work in achieving one goal. I mean, a national goal. Economic development cannot do everything by its own. We are making sure that we bring everybody and everybody work towards a national goal.
Another key participant in the workshop was Police Corporal Owen Lucas, who made a presentation that focused on the crime patterns in Belize. He told us what he expects to result from the two-day technical exchange.
Well, I hope that we can at least plan a strategy to stem our way forward in a direction that is very good for the whole country of Belize.
Infosegura Project Coordination Specialist Juan Pablo Gordillo shared with us what the interaction was like amongst the participants at the workshop.
It's been a good discussion. I feel that thinking regionally, we have another block to put it over the ladder towards better policy here in Belize, and we can work together with these institutions, and they are committed, and they were asking a lot, because it's not a simple process, but we should make it simple, or try to make it look simple, because that will be the success to tackle the citizen security problems in the country.
The workshop marks one huge step towards improving information on citizen security, promoting successful policies and practices of citizen security, and ultimately strengthening citizen security in Belize. For Belize Now, I am Janelle Rodriguez.
After the break, more stories. Stay with us.
The new Belize City Civic Center is taking shape at the foot of the Balkan Bridge and is expected to be completed by December 2017. This multi-purpose mega facility will boast an air-conditioned interior with a seating capacity of 4,500, a FIBA-certified wooden main court and 3 practice courts, offices, media boxes, and multiple locker rooms, another basketball court with 24-hour access to the public, and parking for 200 vehicles. This $33 million investment highlights a new era of world-class sporting infrastructure for the entire country of Belize. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Saturdays and Sundays are the new market days for residents of Belmopan now that their new weekend farmers market is officially opened. Our Belize Now team visited the show grounds for the opening day to find out more. Here's the story.
Didn't get to take advantage of the Tuesday and Friday market days in Belmopan? Then no worries, since residents of Belmopan and surrounding areas can now enjoy even better prices at the weekend farmers market at the National Agriculture and Trade Show grounds, a new initiative of the Ministry of Agriculture in an effort to better utilize the grounds. The gates to the new market officially opened bright and early on Saturday, July 29th, welcoming its first customers at 5 a.m. Even later in the morning, residents could still be seen perusing the stock at the new market, and among them was Agriculture Minister Honorable Godwin Hulse. The minister shared his thoughts on day one.
We had built these buildings specifically for this to have a Saturday market where farmers can bring their produce, interact with the customers, people can make their deals, get fresh products and move on. And we trust that this will grow. For the first day, it's a fairly good turnout. People don't know, but you know in Belize everything is word of mouth. And shortly everybody will know about this and look forward to it. And we hope to expand it into other areas as well so that with time, you have a really good market that you can have a full day. Food, drinks, listen to some music, shop, and just come out as a fun day. And people can begin to look forward to it that on a Saturday I'm going to get my fruits, my vegetables for the week, my rice, my beans, whatever. This is the concept. The showgrounds is kind of the heart of our agricultural showpiece. And so we want to move it on and trust that this will catch on. I have all faith it will.
By the time our team made it to the market, most of the produce was already sold out, signaling a successful first day. Among the associations represented at the opening day was the Maskell Agriculture Farmers Cooperative from Maskell Village in the Belize district. We spoke with the group's chairman, Herman Ramirez, to find out if the day was worth their trip.
At first, we were a little bit doubtful of the how the day would transpire, but we're very thankful to the Belmopan residents. They came out and supported us, and so everything turned out good. It was a successful day, so we're happy about that. So yes, we want to continue to come and bring our products.
Ramirez also explained to us why such initiatives are a win for both consumers and producers alike.
We benefit more from the consumers, and also the consumers benefit more from us. They get better prices from the products, and we get to sell directly to them. This is one of the opportunities for us to kind of deal directly with the consumer. In many instances, we find out that we have a middle person who exploits the opportunity and makes more than the farmer who works very hard and also takes advantage of the consumers. So we want to really be a part of this initiative. We want to continue, and we would wish that this initiative can be actually extended to other areas like San Pedro. We want to capitalize on that.
In addition to fresh produce, residents could also purchase locally produced products such as sauces, jams, honey, rice, and even cleaning products, to name a few, from the Belize shop, a unit under the Belize Marketing and Development Corporation, which is a statutory body under the Ministry of Agriculture. Its mandate is to assist farmers and producers and agro-processors in marketing their Belizean-made products. Coordinator at the Belize shop, Emil Usher, told us how the day panned out for them.
The reception has been good. We've got a positive feedback from the residents of Belmopan City and neighboring villages. They like the idea of the BMDC promoting and assisting these farmers, agro-processors, motivated entrepreneurs, and that of cooperative groups in marketing their end product. And yes, all these products out here are on consignment. So any sale being done under the Belize Shop outlet is a sale towards boosting and assisting these producers.
Usher says the unit will soon establish a permanent presence at the showgrounds.
They will have a permanent Belize Shop outlet established very soon. So residents of Belmopan, look out. The Belize Shop is coming near to you here in Belmopan, not showgrounds.
And what about the residents?
Well, I came out actually to see what it was all about. All the planning and all the things that you saw on Facebook and the radio and the television. But my first view of all this is that I've seen a lot of stuff here that are a lot cheaper than the regular places when you buy. For example, I just bought 2 avocados. I paid 50 cents. Regular when you buy an avocado, you pay like $1.50. You always pay more. Or peppers, like you get peppers 3 for $1. You have peppers here 10 for $1. So that's one good thing about it.
Apart from the great bargains and availability of parking, Castellanos says it is convenient.
I would advise people and for them to come out because you don't have to hurry to buy. You have all the time to buy your stuff.
For Belize Now, I am Janelle Mencias.
The National Kriol Council, in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation, is having their annual Kriol Drum Camp in Belize City. The camp, sponsored through the Belize City House of Culture and Downtown Rejuvenation Project, aims to preserve the rich musical customs of Creoles in Belize. Andrew Pitts stopped in at the camp to find out more.
That's the sweet sounds of Creole Kunjai music being drummed. Every summer, the National Kriol Council conducts a Kriol Drum Camp. Master drummers construct and repair drums for over 25 young children to be taught an integral and delightful component of the Creole culture, drumming. Mrs. Dana Ramdas, the president of the National Kriol Council and organizer of the annual Drum Camp, told us about the council and the program.
The Kriol Council was established around 1995. Our primary objective here is the safeguarding of the Creole culture as well as the promotion of the national Creole culture. And that is why we are engaging in several activities. And one of the activities that we are doing this summer is our annual summer camp, drum camp with the children. For this, the objective is in line with the mission of the National Kriol Council, which again, as I mentioned before, is to safeguard the Creole culture. In addition to the main focus of the summer camp is drumming. We have 20 participants between the age of 10 and 15 years old, both boys and girls. We are also working and we are so excited on our the Creole calendar. We haven't done it for like the past 2 years. And as you can see here in the background, we have the picture of Leela Vernon. And Leela being one of the founders of the National Kriol Council, we really want to feature her and showcase her in this year's Creole calendar. So that is one of the projects that we are working on and that we are very excited about right now.
The participants are given a brief history of the Creole culture, taught traditional songs, and the 4 main variants of Creole drumming: Brokdong, Kakilambe, Kunjai, and Sambai. In just 8 short days, many of the participants have already developed a great knock for drumming, such as Jada and Nathan, who showed off their skills for us. While the drum camp will only run for 2 more weeks, the National Kriol Council's office is open to the public year-round.
Our office is located at number 30 Kelly Street, directly in front of Chunsan Palace. At the Creole Council, we have a resource center where you can have access to information on the Creole history. We have a lot of Creole literature. We have books that are written in Creole. We have the Creole Dictionary, which is one of our bestsellers, I would say. In addition to accessing information, we also do costume rentals at the National Creole Council. So, especially for the schools, primarily for the schools and stuff, you can rent a Creole cultural wear at a very, reasonable rate.
Although the participants have already mastered the basics, the organizers are confident that by the end of the program, they will be able to perform and teach others how to drum. We will return at the closing of the camp to witness their progress. For Belize Now, I am Andrew Pitts.
The drum camp commenced on Monday, July 24th and concludes on Friday, August 18th, when the participants will showcase their skills to friends and family. After the break, our segment In Case You Missed It. Don't go anywhere.
Did you know that if you are an owner or operator providing accommodation for cash purposes to any local or foreign guest, regardless of its location in the country, you are required by law to register with the Registrar Hotels at the Belize Tourism Board? Did you know that if you are registered with any booking engine or other travel agency and have not registered with the BTB, you can benefit from an early bird registration promotion? Did you know that Section 27(1) of the Hotels and Tourist Accommodation Act, Chapter 285 of the Substantial Laws of Belize, Revised Edition 2011, makes it mandatory for you to register with the BTB? For further information, please contact the BTB by email, telephone, or fax.
On Friday, July 28, 2017, Defense Minister Honorable John Saldivar joined U.S. Embassy Chargé d'Affaires Adrian Galenic and the Belize Coast Guard's Lieutenant Gregory Sabaranis to present awards to members of the Belize Coast Guard and Belize Defense Force who were victorious in the 2017 Wonder Woman Challenge. They handed out medals and gifts to the groups who took first, second, and third place in the competition, which was held in May. The annual Wonder Woman Challenge is a competition among women of the security forces. It is a 2-day event featuring 4 physically demanding challenges, including a 6-mile relay, a run, swim, run competition, the BCG medley in which the teams must run while carrying 4 different burdens, and ending with the obstacle course competition. It is meant to foster teamwork and good sportsmanship and to encourage the recruitment of women in the security sector. The presentation of awards was followed by a luncheon that took place at the Belize Coast Guard headquarters. The Taste of Belize Cuisine Festival kicked off on July 27, 2017 at the Cafe Restaurant of Shangri-La Far Eastern Plaza Hotel in Taipei, Taiwan. The event is being presented by the Embassy of Belize in Taiwan in partnership with the Central American Trade Office, CATO, and the Shangri Hotel. The Taste of Belize opened at lunchtime on July 27th to a packed restaurant of specially invited guests from the Diplomatic Corps, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Taiwan, public and private sector entities, and regular customers. In her remarks, Ambassador of Belize to Taiwan, Her Excellency Diane Haylock, pointed out that a key objective of the Cuisine Festival was to further the embassy's mission of making Belize better known to Taiwanese. Taiwan and Belize have been diplomatic allies since October 1989. Chef Jenny Staines of Elvie's Kitchen on San Pedro and Burgers Key is at the festival working alongside other chefs preparing the special Belize menu items. A special feature of the festival is a raffle to win a round-trip ticket from Taiwan to Belize, made possible through sponsorship from Taiwan's EVA Airlines and Latin America's Avianca Airlines. All customers during the Cuisine Festival will receive a raffle ticket. The raffle will be drawn on the 14th of August, a day after the festival ends. And that's it for this edition of Belize Now. If you want to provide feedback or send in your comments, please feel free to email us at info@pressoffice.gov.bz or visit our Facebook page and let us know what you think. We look forward to hearing from you. Have a great week. Until next time.